Hey y'all. I had some questions.
What's up?
What do you guys think? Like, are we? I guess I'm a little confused on like gun laws since like the current events. Are we allowed to like? I don't know if like we don't feel threatened. Are we allowed to just like pull out our gun and like point at people and like threaten them and like charge at them and like mace them and then run back and like talk with the boys and then like maybe like go behind a bush and march around, make it a whole parade? Is that legal?
You're not allowed to point a firearm at anyone that doesn't have any kind of justification for.
Right. Like reasonable, articulate suspicion of imminent great bodily harm or death. That's the one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like gun owners should know that one. It's like the most important one.
It's very important,
especially
for us.
Right, yeah. You got to play by the same rules, right? Yeah. I would hope. Nobody's going to ever trust the government. That's just how that goes.
Yeah.
I hope you don't. If you trust it.
No, it's good to have a skepticism of government.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. There's like a lot of Portland that feels like I don't know. There's like a lot of different people that are saying that like the police showed up, they answered the calls and they said, okay, you're, essentially like, that's fine. You can do that, Shane. You can, like a free pass. And I feel like what I'm scared of, and I think what all of us are scared of, is if we greenlight that behavior and then we got people online talking about Kyle Rittenhouse and we're going to go here. Yeah. And now we got Kyle Rittenhouse is coming here. Yeah. It's scary. It's the escalation, and it is like, it's sketchy, No,
and luckily, like in some of these instances, we have a good enough communication with people to let us know, because we're not seeing everything all the time. And like, fortunately, like we have the Second Amendment, so people are allowed to carry firearms, but that does not protect them from using them unjustly, so it's like, would we rather people not come to this thing armed? 100%, but we also understand that there's some people that are going to come to them armed. We just need to make sure that we can mitigate like any unjust uses of force, from those people, right? Because if, like, for instance, we were down here, like, for instance, like right now, if I was standing here and I saw someone pull out a firearm and point it at someone, my duty to act would be imminent. Like, I'd have to do something in that moment.
Thank you.
And even if I didn't have, like, any context for that, like, part of our job is to act in that moment, right? And figure out what's going on, right?
How do we get police to come here and be that? Like, because it was like, it wasn't like he pulled it out once. It was like a whole extended
And from what I understand about this individual I think that you're talking about is they're under investigation in the court system right now. And so while they maybe weren't arrested that night, I'm not sure, I wasn't fully apprised of the situation. It was known that they have done these things, and so I would have, from what I understand, a case is being filed potentially on their behalf. The problem is, in the instant that we would arrest them, right, we would also need to come and find people that want to be witnesses and victims of that crime. And so people have to be willing to participate in the system, which I understand isn't always in everyone's interest, but that's the only way that we have our system, is like, there needs to be people that work within it to help us prosecute them.
Right. And I'm trying to explain like the other side that's like, I like, honestly, I watched the video. I was a little upset at first because I feel like they're putting people that are like actually going to defend in a shooting, like in like a situation that would never got themselves into. You know what I mean? Like, it's like not fair to those people that like aren't playing a game. It's not a reality show. It's like, it's fucking real life and death. I don't know. I've been going off on this. I really don't. I think it's flippant what happened. I don't know if you've seen any of these stupid fucking...
I haven't seen any of the videos.
I don't know. I don't know.
We were just told in a briefing today, so I was like, oh, okay, I'll keep my head out for that.
Yeah. It's, no, I think it kind of left us all on edge, and I think it's like... I think the like counter protesters or whatever, they're feeling it. They're feeling like the tension now, and they're like scaling it back, but like the like protesters, it's like there's all that trauma and animosity and they can't turn it down, and I'm trying. I think I just ruined my reputation doing it, I just gotta let them, and it is what it is. Like I can't change everything, but like I think it's gonna chill out. I just don't want to be irresponsible anymore. I'm like, I can't be the peacemaker every goddamn time. I feel like legit, I feel like I'm doing y'all's job all the fucking time out here, and I want to just protest and just people crazy. Like,
and the biggest thing that we have people do is like people that want to be victims or witness these crimes, if they come to us and they're able to show us videos of these instances happening, it gives us, as law enforcement, more weight to do something, because then we have actual like video evidence, like of proof that this event happened. And again, we may not make an arrest in that moment. Let's say the person left, or it's too dangerous for us to make an arrest that would cause other people to get seriously hurt. But it allows us to build a case on them so that later we can figure out where they live and we can send a SWAT team or something like that to effect an arrest in the safest way possible for everyone.
There is a lot. It's tough because like a lot of people don't really want to like. They'll show you the evidence of things and they won't like send it to me. And it's so frustrating. It's frustrating as fuck.
And the way we try and do it too is like, you don't need to text it to us or anything like that. We send you a link, and then from that link, you just send it to us, and that's it.
Is it okay if they send them all to me and I send them to you? Is that?
Yeah, I mean, if that was like the case, basically.
Yeah, I think we can get over the
video is the video.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter who took it. We can still put that into evidence and say, like, this is evidence of a video. We're not sure who took it. It was given to us anonymously, but this is the video, and it proves that this person did this thing.
Yeah. All right, this is really comforting. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of things that I don't know. It's hard to believe anything you didn't see with your eyes. You know what I mean? But like, I mean, even from like Shane and the other one, like, yeah, especially Shane. He's like, yeah, they like okayed it, and then like we've heard it on our side, like people, like officers saying it when they got here, and it feels like. Not to be too conspiratorial, it feels like I think it's a good thing, but like the department's kind of locked down and under control in a way that like now we can do like proxy stuff through another person by allowing criminal behavior that like threatens legit, like, I don't know, what if another person had a gun? Would it be like a mass shooting? Like,
yeah, and that's something we would like definitely try and stop. Like, that's like our worst fear in these kind of things. It's like people bringing guns down here, people bringing explosives down here, a car driving through a crowd of people. That's why everyone asks us, oh, why are you always like angry about us being in the streets and stuff? It's like, well, we're not, but the problem is like it only takes one person to drive through that crowd of people, and like if there's a crowd of people in the street, someone can drive it. Like, if someone goes up on the curb line, a lot more difficult than if someone's just driving on the street. Especially McAdam here, which is a very like popular street to drive on.
Yeah. I'm not streaming, by the way. I just want to tell a story. I'm sure I probably should have said that in the beginning.
No, you're all good.
I don't like streaming. The algorithms hate me. I'm not good at that. But I just like to have a story, and like I think this is a positive one, and maybe people can hear it if you don't mind. I mean, I think we're all like on edge, and we feel like the cops are just gonna like do everything honestly, kind of like what they did, where it's like, okay, we're fine. He's still here, he's standing here, and he's still doing it, and it's like, drive by. It was what, 6, 7 squad cars, lights on, sirens are, just drove by, and then just left.
Yeah.
Like they were there with the whole incident, and they could have like at least witnessed some of it and recorded it with their body cams, or like took notes or something. But it's a lot of like manpower to do nothing. It was disappointing. So it sends a message. So like it is comforting to hear what you're saying, but like I don't know where the disconnect is between that and like what we feel when things happen.
I think one of the biggest disconnects probably is that like our team and RRT, the team that's like out here right now, we're really used to working in these crowds and in these environments. More likely than not, the people that responded to your thing were just normal patrol officers who don't know these people like we do and haven't interacted with them. And so it's like, if we hear the names, I won't say them all, but you know who I'm talking about. We hear these names of individuals and we're well aware of who they are.
Yeah.
And they're well aware of who they are.
Yeah.
So like we can affect something way easier because we know these individuals. Whereas like if someone isn't as aware because they don't work this area as much, like they provide this and they're not sure about the situation. And then again, the people who call it in, oftentimes they're not as cooperative as they would hope to be to kind of affect the arrest even further. So that's why we're out here today, both because we knew there was going to be a large presence and also like to deter any of that stuff from happening. And if it does happen, we're quick to respond to it.
Yeah. What do I guess this one's kind of a more ambiguous question, but like what do we need to do to like allocate 1-2 officers to an emergency when we need it. And I know that is a tough one, and you can't answer it. You were like literally can't answer it.
With the budgets as they are right now, I don't know. I know we were deployed out here like all of last year, at the end of last year.
Yeah.
And a little bit into the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So, but as things kind of cooled down and the crowd sizes got super small, allocation of those funds kind of went away because it was like, well, we're no longer needed. But now the question has come back up because these crowds are getting bigger again.
It's been heating
up.
up.
And these instances are happening more often again. It's like, well, maybe we need to bring it back just to be monitoring.
Well, I think there's like maybe a couple check in, and then you like nothing's gonna devolve too crazy that you can't call back up and get more. You know, I don't know that I feel comfortable with a big chunk of the city's resources in one spot either. You know, because like I've had to call police in this fucking city. Like we'll see if that works someday. But like I know it's like the small police force for major cities. Yeah. So I acknowledge it. I don't know. It's got to be tougher here than like Texas.
A lot different there, man. A lot different there.
You know what? Yeah, that's like maybe more gun crazy. Yeah. That's probably a lot more.
Would be armed.
That would probably be terrible, wouldn't it? It would be terrible. Well, all right. What do you think that like what if you had a critique? Like, what would you say? What should we do?
I would say, like, if you see any of us in these white shirts at any event, and you see something like that, come to us. You know, if you have the ability to, and we're close enough, come to us, because then we'll let our command staff know in that moment. And oftentimes we've been in situations where we know people that have had like warrants out for their arrest, or we have PC to arrest them from a previous incident, and so we'll come up with a plan in the moment to arrest them or effect an arrest later on in that night. Yeah. So we may not do it like right in the moment. We may not like charge in here and grab them, but we'll keep eyes on them so that when they're leaving, we'll grab them then.
Okay.
When there's not as much of like interference from anyone else, kind of thing.
All right. What do you think was like the sort of like the hiccup or the delay or like what like the slower sort of action this time around? Or like, and I know that might not be something you might. I don't know.
And I'm not entirely sure. My only guess could be is in the onset someone just said something happened, but we never were provided with like proof in the moment that something did happen. And then later on, when we were given that proof, then it was like a moot point because we couldn't effect an arrest in that time period. That's why there's some people that are like not here specifically, but that's why there's people around here that are technically not supposed to be here, and we keep our eyes out for them because they've gone to court and they've been told they're not allowed to be down here anymore.
Okay, so there's more than one. Yeah, I feel like there's the famous ones that complain about it online. There's probably like the ones that don't do that and we don't know.
They're basically given a court order to not be within like, usually it's like 2 city blocks of this place.
Okay.
So, and usually with those people, like, will the A, effect an arrest, or B, notate it and then send it off to the parole officer, and then they'll decide if they want to effect arrest with them.
Yeah, it's a fucking mess. I think like there's no perfectness on any side, whichever way you look at it. It's like I have my biases, and I can kind of maybe leave it at that because we could sprint in circles on what I think on the situation forever. But yeah, it's I just want to like be out here and express myself and like.
As you should be able to.
Yeah, and I don't fuck with like I don't like have any interest. I like personally I think it's patriotic as fuck to fuck with the feds because you know founders of the nation would be doing that, but also I'm not. Many of us police department like they were like I almost died and then they like covered up part of it and I caught them in it and it was like a ridiculous thing. They kept stealing the bike back because I had a GPS tracker on it and then they put it on DHS land and I'm like that's kind of like it's like this weird little bone to pick to just go yell at DHS because it's like why did I like it stopped pinging like a year ago but like it never moved. It's still in this like little warehouse. I like drove down there and I probably shouldn't have done that. I looked through the window and I'm like, I am going to prison, aren't I? Yeah, I'm happy for them to see that. That's fine. Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling like, I don't know. There's like people hunting people down outside of this place. And that's getting like really kind of hairy.
Yeah.
You know, I had somebody like, I don't know how they found me, but like, they found me in my apartment, and I've never once even tried to piss somebody off, really. I mean, like, maybe for, like, trolling for fun, but I'm not like trying to set somebody off.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I like to talk. I think I'm getting to that point though, because these people are fucking maniacs.
It's unfortunate, yeah.
Yeah, kind of you have to like just yell to get to like say your thing, because everybody's yelling too sometimes. And it's like, I'll just go like sit down after a minute. I'm like, I'm losing my voice. I don't know. I'm here for it. I think we're all here for it, but it's a mess, and I think it's like that fucking like train wreck. You can't stop looking away in some ways.
Train wreck's coming, dude. That's how it works.
Yeah.
We just gotta prep for it.
So what's the riot? The riot.
So RRT Rapid Response Team, they're here because the gate got broken, and so they're just.
It got broken?
Yeah, it got broken open, and so.
Oh shit.
They're just trying to push everyone back. Because we don't want our fear is we don't want a life safety incidents to happen where, you know, someone could potentially get seriously hurt in there and there's not a response that can be done properly. So if those gates can be able to close and keep themselves closed, then that eliminates that.
Yeah. I don't know. So do you have like a sort of like a agreement or communication with DHS to like protective services to like?
We can only just see like what they're doing. We don't communicate.
Oh, you're not like, oh, okay. I felt like maybe it was like you guys were like, okay, we'll handle it until we can't, and now it's yours. Okay. I like that, because like now they have to gas you, because like
which they have.
I know they're monsters. They're, you know, tyranny and all, but they. Yeah, no, I think that's actually kind of comforting thinking about that, because like all the other ones, people were just standing. It was a big crowd, so like maybe a lot of people scary, you know, whatever. They got a back door, like, you know, it was like, you know, it's stupid. I don't know, stupid. They're playing games too, but that's kind of comforting that they might not gas us. Who knows? You know what? I'm not gonna put anything past them, but like,
you never know.
I was wondering why they didn't gas us yet when I was looking at the streams, and I'm like, oh, the police are there. Okay. I like that. That's for now. I think we're all gonna get gassed. It's gonna happen.
We'll see.
It's gonna.
I prefer it not to happen, but you know, you never can tell.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of just felt off today, and I brought like all the chemical irritant, like neutralizer, and like. I don't want some old lady choking and dying out here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it is. It's like some 9-year-old lady want to go to a protest and then they like HC gas, nerve gas the old, you know, like, I just feel like it's a responsibility if you know what you need to get and you know what you need to do, and, you know, and this place is turning into a job. I'm going to get like,
you should
I'm going to start doing my other fucking hobbies. I swear to God. Well, thank you for talking. I think it was good to like hear that it wasn't like, okay. I mean, you know, there's always going to be that like wonder, like why. I don't know. There's always going to be whys, right? What's that?
Wasn't it like Degenerates Against ICE? Was it like a month ago?
Was that what?
Degenerates Against ICE. Well, no, they all met up at. It was a group with all the people like wearing those masks and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
At, Carruthers. What was it, like a month ago?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I told you.
I've been out here like.
He was asking because he's like, he knew somebody who had one of those. I'm like, oh, maybe they're over here. This dude, I'm like, maybe, yeah, it was Degenerates Against ICE. I thought was the name of the group, or it was Degenerates something. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was like, I can't remember. It was just like an event. It was like people make like a little Instagram thing to get like people show up at a park. It wasn't like a
it wasn't
organization or anything.
A bunch of people like howling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I just don't want to get like the doxing and all that. Like I got the fun pup hoods, and like I'm not gonna buy shit for this, you know. Like, and it's fun. I don't want to be black. I don't want to be like this. I've got autism. That shit fucks with me already. I don't know who's who in that shit, but yeah. I hope it is like kind of like. I'm sorry. I can't trust the government completely, and I think you shouldn't either. Being in the government,
The job I signed up for.
Yeah, just don't trust them.